Hey, what's going on, family? You back in the lab with Abru and King David, man. Tonight we got a great one. We are talking about college football in the NIL era. All right, so let's get into it, man. College football is spending millions like never before. But here's the real question nobody wants to answer. Are national championships being built or bought? Let's talk about it, man. Maybe just got to jump into it, King David, because so many teams can turn their season around like that with the NIL these days, man. We've seen it from Texas Tech. We've seen it from how Miami got back in the national championship. Hell, we even seen how Indiana won the national championship. So, national championships going forward? Are they being built or are they being bought? Like we've seen Kirby Smart and Nick Saban do it all these years. And say it ain't so, but say hey, they might have been paying for it too back then.
Yeah, it's a combination, bro. It's a combination. You paying the players, but you also got to build the right players. You just can't give it to anybody in the right positions. So I think it's a combination of both. But the NIL is trying to create some parity as well. No years ago we didn't talk about Texas Tech or Indiana for say, but so I think it create that parity between all these teams. In the past, there was only a few teams that you really thought had a true legit
That's
chance of
true.
winning the national championship.
So with now college in NIL money is exploding, man. College is spending like pro franchise right now. You know what I mean? Let's just be honest. They spending money at a rate that you see that pro franchise is spending in free agency, bro. You know what I mean? So this man get a couple $1,000,000. This person get a couple million, and the NIL deals seem to be lasting year to year. So if I see a team, I see a player like over here in let me just be honest. If I see a player over in Florida that I like, his NIL deal usually 1 year, or his scholarship. People don't understand, but scholarships is year to year. They have to re-sign every year. So can I go? I could go over here and throw him some money because he balled out this year and pull up that player and enhance my team. And so, am I building a true championship, or if I'm buying one?
Yeah, I see the point, but I still think it's a combination. Even getting that player in don't guarantee you're gonna win a championship.
Hmm.
So you still got to be the right player. Still got to be the right a player that fits your system, uh, fit the team, team player. You got some selfish players like, okay, I'm just gonna come get the money and might
Yeah,
not play as well for your team. Might just be
that's
there for the
true.
money.
Hey, and a lot of
So
players, I'm sure, they're just for the money. Hey, I'm with that. But like I say, man, if hey, man, if I can go get this player out or this money today that these college athletes is making, I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. Go get your paper. The type of money that these kids are making, half of them ain't gonna go pro nowhere. You know what I mean? Not on half of the. Let me say half of the college teams, half of the players on the college team ain't gonna go pro. There's only a few on that college team that really will make it to the NFL. So these kids getting millions of dollars right now, especially like Carson Beck and what's the kid name? The Manning kid, Arch Manning.
yeah,
These kids getting generational wealth money up front. You know what I mean? Because $5-6 million, do the right thing with it, annuities and all kind of stuff. You can turn your life around. You can change your family life with that type of money. So they getting paid right up front now, man. They ain't mad at these kids. You know what I mean? I'm with them. Get your money while you can.
yeah. It's deserving. Like I say, for many years, the not NFL, universities have been making a lot of money on these kids. So it's deserving for about time for them to get paid. So yeah,
Oh
absolutely,
yeah.
I agree with you.
So and let's see, top spending. Who? I just had it pulled up, man. Top NIL spending. Because these guys, man, should be. Come on. I just had it pulled up. Hold on a minute, guys. Hold
Yeah,
on,
what's your
man.
top spending in terms of the team or each individual player?
I had schools.
Okay.
Football. Yeah, I had football programs. I had schools that was breaking it down, man. A collective average of what these schools was the NIL, man. It was ridiculous. It was crazy how they was the money that they were spending for players. Top schools. Let's go here. I'm gonna start
Yeah, which we done heard some of the schools that is really playing. Like say we heard the LSU how much they got for their NILs and be able to contribute to players. I'm sure Ohio State. I'm sure the big programs like
big
that.
program is spending the money.
Yeah,
Exactly. So just looking at the stats, I had to pull up, but now I'm looking at it again, man. Over here, look like Texas A&M $22.2 million. Ohio State was right behind me, 20.2 million. You know what I mean? So and I think who's behind that? LSU spent 20.1 million last year. These I guess going off last year's stats. These cats are spending. I know probably from a standpoint, it ain't a whole lot of money because college they got so many players on the roster, but some of them players getting paid. Just imagine Miami probably spent about $15 million, but hell, you gave back 6 of those. So now you got about what 9 million to go around to the other players. You know,
yeah,
so mhm.
yeah. And but like they don't get nothing or 100,000 or 50,000. A very small amount. Don't get it wrong, but yeah. So you only paying the top ones, the top name players typically.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's why I was saying it's this thing built set the ball, and you got to play the right players. You got to pay the key players. Fourth is Georgia, our team, Georgia with 18.3 million. You know what I mean? So now we know going into next year that when LSU got Lane Kiffin, they were saying they're gonna give you like $25 million for NIL. It goes up to 40 million on NIL. That's a lot of money, man, for college.
That is. And I wasn't aware Georgia was kind of right there in that mix. So that's you can bump it up a little bit if you them. But yeah, they right in the mix of those teams.
Yeah, 18.3 million. That's what they said. And they was fourth. And then who behind Georgia? Texas A&M, 17.2. So these schools, they got the money, and you know, and I got to see with Indiana, man. Let's see what Indiana split this year because they won. And so Alabama, Crystal
I'm sure
Tide,
they didn't spend very much.
they didn't spend, but next year they're gonna spend some money because Mark Cuban already said they spent 13.6 million. Indiana Hoosiers
Okay.
spent 13.6 million on NILs, which is pretty good for that caliber
Yeah,
of school.
yeah. I think what helped them truly though were basically you had a lot of seniors on that roster. So guys had been there in college many years and know what it takes to be a college athlete and kind of know the system. So that's what I think really helped Indiana this year.
Mhm.
Guys have just been there over time.
Over the time, yeah. So yeah, man. And I want to say, we're gonna keep talking about the NIL. That's what we do. That's what we're doing today. And let me pull this up. I got to pull this up, man. Okay. We got one comment about from Kicks. They were just trying to promote some stuff out of Kicks. So I'm wearing my Atlanta Hawks jersey today in honor of Jalen Johnson, making the All-Star. So big ups to Jalen Johnson, man, and big ups to representing the Atlanta Hawks on that. So that's why you don't see me in the football jersey, even though we talk about football things. Gotta represent the Hawks today. So you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
shout out to JJ there, Jalen Johnson. But
Yeah,
got to see more from you, JJ. You,
gotta
you in
see
the
more from
you,
him.
yeah, you done made the All Star. Got to see more though. You the face of the franchise right now.
Yeah, yeah. He got Trey Young traded. You know what I mean? He the one got
Started
Trey Young
rumors.
traded.
You started rumors.
All, all them
You
damn
went.
triple. All them triple doubles back to back. We got my man Trey Young out of here, man. Trey Young up in the Washington Wizards, man. AKA Washington Bullets, bro. Come on, man. They had to do Trey like that, man. Trey like all right, let me get back to the show, man. I'm up that damn Trey, man. I ain't heard no stats from Trey or nothing since he been gone.
Trey been playing. He ain't been playing. I think they're gonna send Trey so they can get a better pickup there. So Trey's still sitting.
Oh, okay. Trey ain't gonna play for the Wizards, man. They're gonna probably ship Trey out somewhere else. I ain't
No,
mad at you.
yeah. I'm sure he's gonna play. They want the team they can pay him, but yeah, we, another
Yeah.
discussion another day.
That's another. You're right. You're right. Right. All right. So buying talent doesn't build a culture. Now we know that for a fact because you can buy all these players all you want. You know what I mean? But that don't mean you got that winning culture. Like you say, Texas they've been spending money the last what 3 NILs and they ain't won nothing yet.
Right. Maybe the playoff what maybe 1 year.
Yeah, they made the play. Yeah, last year before
Right.
last, made the playoff year before last, and then they got mollywopped by I ain't gonna say mollywop, but they got beat by Ohio State, which Ohio State had paid players too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it takes a purpose to it, man. Like I say, paying the right players, having the right culture, having the right coach, man. Like I say, we talked about Texas Tech this year. Like, yeah, they're a talented team, but evidently they didn't have a right coach. He wasn't ready. So it takes a lot to kind of get to and win in that championship. You got to have everything lined up: right players, right culture, right coach, right staff. Takes the whole nine
Injury,
lining up.
injury
Yeah.
prevention.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because you could have $1 million star in your team, but if he end up getting hurt, that can derail your whole program for that year. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot. That's why I was just about to get into my next question was coaching and development. Does it still matter? Yes, it still matters. That's why I do like. I was hard on Kirby after Indiana won, and I was like, well, Kirby need to take some notes from Cincinnati. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Kirby has been winning for the last 10 years. Kirk Cincinnati just came out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It's a
right.
hell of a coach to win for that length of time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Year after year. I think Kirby winning, he averaging 11, 12 games a year. You know what I mean? So, and I was hard on him. You know what I mean? I was tough. I'm like, oh man, he got to take some notes from Cincinnati. But now, man, Kirby has built something here in Georgia. He done won 2 championships. You know what I mean? So, let's see if Cincinnati can sustain that as long as Kirby has.
Yeah, absolutely. We're fans, so we don't win the championship. We're like, come on, man, something wrong. As a Georgia fan, because we feel we're supposed to win every year, and we just seen programs like that, like Bama, like say, if you don't win, something wrong, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, so we kind of felt some type of way when we got put out and didn't play up to par coming off the bye week. So I agree, but yeah, Kirby, no longevity. He's still probably the best coach in college football.
Yeah,
Just being real. So yeah, so I get it, and most
and
fans get it.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, and I understand Indiana, and I'm finna ruffle some feathers. You know, as Brew do. Brew always gonna ruffle some feathers, but you line a healthy IU team up against a healthy UGA team, and I put up my whole check on UGA. Put my check on them. No bye weeks. No bye weeks. We line up week 5. And I put my
Most
whole
years,
and I
yeah,
put my
most
whole
years,
check,
yes,
huh?
yeah, most years, absolutely. This year, maybe not so much so, but yeah, most years, yeah, I agree.
Well, you got to get rid of Bobo. Get rid of yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm gonna put 70% of my check on that. Hey, damn Bobo, bro. Bobo, bro. Now let me say, now and I'm a ruffle some feathers. That's what I did. I want to ruffle some feathers. You know, I'm gonna have some IU fans in our comments on YouTube and all that TikTok. You know, they're gonna be, well, what do you mean? We won a championship. I don't give a damn. Win another. You want to impress me? Win 3. You want to impress me, IU? Big Ten, this SEC country right here. I gave y'all little credit. I gave the Big Ten their little credit. All right, you know what I mean? Big Ten was king. We crowned y'all. Y'all got y'all championship. Now get the hell on. It's back to SEC and SEC rule. New season, new time, bro. It's SEC right here.
It's reset, so it's a
It's a
reset
reset.
too.
You know what I mean? Enjoy y'all 72 hours. And that's it. That's all y'all got from the SEC. SEC country right here. Get the hell on. Kick rocks with open toe shoes. That's how I feel, bro. Let's get back to it, Kirby. You know what I mean? Kirby, Nick, Saban. Nobody don't care about Caden the boy, man. He don't even matter, man. He don't matter. No. Now you don't have to go on my show rant, man. You gotta go on my show rant. But being honest with you, man, after watching the college, man, I'm glad these guys are getting paid. Let's say that. But or watching college football, or it's like minor league NFL, bro, because just like the minor leagues, they get paid now. I'm so happy these guys are getting checked. They deserve a check because the NCAA has been. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because NCAA, y'all been robbing these athletes for centuries. Since the NCAA was them created. Decades, but they've been robbing them, bro. These players should have been getting paid, bro. I done seen players get suspended for signing autographs and using water. And that one girl a couple years ago got suspended for using the wash her car on campus and just all kind of ridiculous, dumbass rules. So I'm glad these players getting paid, and I want them to get the top tier. But is it? I'm just saying. I'm just afraid over the cost of the longevity. It's gonna take away from the heart and the fabric of college football.
It has definitely took away from the purity of it, even at this point. Um, but yeah, I agree that they deserve to get paid. It definitely needs to be some type of regulations involved. We need to figure that out because yeah, it does take away from the purity of the game. Like you
Mm-hmm.
say, you just basically go throw money at a player, and more than likely that player gonna come to your team because you paying them the most money. Just, but so it takes away from the purity of the love of the game. Players don't seem to love the game, or not as many players love the game. They just love the money that they're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be getting. So yep, we gotta figure it
Yeah.
out.
And we had spoke on that on the last show that a lot of these youngsters, man, they cash and flash. You know what I mean? That's what they want. They want the cash. They want the video because that's what they grew. A lot of these guys grew up with cell phones in their hand. You know what I mean? Let me just be honest. So, and they in the likes and the views and Instagram and TikTok and Snapchat and that's what they do. And they ain't mad at them because that's the era they grew up in. But just like Tootsie, the guy. The athlete that went to LSU, he would have told his professor, "Hey, I'm a celebrity." He got like a rap career or some on the side. I understand that, but hey, man, right now that celebrity don't know. She don't care. Probably was an older white woman. She didn't care about you being a celebrity. She probably never listened to anything you put out. You know what I mean? That wasn't disrespectful, but hey, I just think these guys they grew up with that status. It means something to them. The fast cars, the Hellcats. Gotta spend the money on the girls. Gotta record videos and that's what I'm saying. I think it's taken away from the overall college experience back in the day, man. My alma mater against your alma mater. Now you can have a guy on your team, and I can have him on my team next year.
No, absolutely. The purity of it is gone. Yeah, it's about the money. Who can pay the most and really get the player at this point? So yeah. That is absolutely right. It's not really a pride thing anymore. Like I say, you back in the day they had the pride, the way your logo, you wrote the G, you proud of that G or whatever your
Yeah.
university was. But yeah, it ain't like that no more, man. They just who can throw the most money at me. I get it. Like you say, a lot of these guys grew up in these eras, and either the flash era or the era of nothing, where it's like,
Hmm.
man, we get the most I can get right now. Because I ain't have nothing growing up, so hey, this is my opportunity to take care of my family, my moms and pops or whatever. So I get it, but yeah, the purity's gone.
Yeah, and like you just said, bro, a lot of these young kids come from poverty. They come from poverty. And not all of them, but a lot of them do. And now that these colleges just opened up the checkbook, and I see Mom Duke struggling. I see Pops need a new truck. I'm going, bro. I'm going and just say Florida offered me $1.8 million, but hell, Georgia offered me 2.3. That's a $500,000 swing. And I'm looking at my mom, looking at my dad, looking at my family. I can go here and really help them. You can help them with 1.8 too, but what I'm saying, I get a little bit more over here to do some other things that I might want to do. I'm gonna take it over there. So I understand these young kids' mindset. And that's just like hell in the corporate America. You know what I mean? If your company just say you work for Georgia Power and they paying you $100,000 a year, but go over here to Jackson AMC, and they said, well, we're a small company, but we can give you 150. You're probably gonna go over there. So I understand. I respect. Ain't nobody no fool now. I know how this money thing work, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, it's still like I say, the right ones take everything into consideration, your development, because ultimately you want to get to the next level. So money is one thing, but are you going to get developed as a player to make it to the next level and further your career? Because obviously you make the NFL, that's even more money.
That's
So you
true.
got to really take everything into consideration as a player, and not just the short term money. Like hey, like in a movie, I think Denzel he was like, "Yeah, that's short money. Yeah, that's short money. You got to look at the next level of NFL. They got $100 million contracts.
Exactly.
So yeah,
Exactly.
you got to take all that into consideration when you make your decision as a player. I think.
And like I said, development, man. I think a lot of kids, a lot of these kids come to Georgia. When they come to Georgia, when they went to Bama, um, they was going to be developed, especially with Nick Saban there. I can't speak on Kalen DeBoer like that because I don't really know his program like that. But you seen what Nick Saban was able to do with those players. Now, did he get 5 stars and probably slid them a little bit? Who knows? I don't know. But
Yeah, he did. No, we know. We know.
allegedly, man. You know we got to use allegedly, man. You know what I mean? But my thing is this. Um, but my thing is this. You've seen those guys develop, and now these cats. I don't know if these cats really being developed at these other programs like that. You got some great coaches, but now a lot of these coaches come in here, man. They have great success at smaller schools. Like what the boy name? The guy Napier,
Yeah.
Billy Napier. He came from the Raging
Racing
Cajun,
Cajun. Yeah.
went to Florida, a program that probably got 10 times the amount of wealth and prestige, and he couldn't do no with it. And had all the NIL money that he could possibly spend, but still couldn't get over that hump.
Brew, do you think that's why you only seen like 1 year? A guy maybe come to the school for 1 year because he really not getting development. Yeah, he getting the money, but he's not getting development. So he come for a year, get that money, and be out. You think that maybe has something to do with it? Because some guys come
Oh
and get
yeah,
developed, yeah, and try to stay in the program. But yeah,
I can see that. I can see that, especially if you offer me the chunk. Because at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do for you. You know what I mean? It's a business now. You know what I mean? You got to be thinking like that. Thinking like a business. Yeah, I'm coming to get developed, but what if I get hurt? What if you know what I mean? So I need to go over here get this cheese here, be able to put this cheese up. Hopefully, they got great financial advisors and being smart with their money. You know what I mean? Because the little $1 million or $500,000 or whatever they're getting, it don't go. It don't go that far. You know what I mean? It ain't really going as far as it used to. So and then go somewhere and get developed, man. I probably do the same thing. You know what I mean? I probably take the money up front. And then if I ain't getting developed, be like, hey man, Kirby over there got these boys over there hitting, man. I'm gonna go over here and see if I can get a little of that cheese right there.
try to get that first round. Yeah, depending on the position. Yeah, he's sending people in the first round. So yeah,
Exactly. You know what I mean? And now I think the last 5 years, Kirby has sent more players in the NFL draft than any other school, according to the stats I was looking at. So and I'm not just being a pro UGA because I'm a homer. I am a homer. I am a fan of UGA, but it's evident that them cats put out some product, bro. He coached them cats over there. I think he weighed them boys out though. You know what I mean? I think he weighed them out by the time we get to the damn playoff. We ain't no good. So Kirby got to bring it back a little bit. Kirby, I know you watched the show. I'm gonna send you a copy of this after the show over. Get rid of Bobo too. But
hey,
then
but have blooded Tuesday maybe every 2 weeks, Kirby.
every
Not
two
every
weeks,
week.
yeah. Have blood Tuesday every 2 weeks, man. We don't need to have blood Tuesday because our guys get wore. Then we get to the playoffs, they can't do nothing, man. Hey,
Right.
come on,
We playing App State. We don't need blooded Tuesday.
exactly. You know what I mean? Use blood Tuesday on them cats. You know what I mean? Kirby, come on now, roll the thing. But yeah, man, on the real, then. But all right, so let me ask you: every school then probably develop or every school will probably have a billionaire in their alumni. Let me say that. So, and we know Texas them got that big oil money. Just like Texas, what is it? What the Texas Tech? They came out of nowhere this year because the guy, the big oil tycoon, said, "I'm just gonna dump a bunch of money in that." So I wonder, where's Georgia billionaires, man? We got to get Georgia billionaires. You know, I can put my little $30 on it, but that's about all I'm gonna do. You hear me? I'm gonna put my little $30 in the ticket in the game. Hey, that's all Brew got to offer y'all, man. Shit, the NIL money gonna be short coming messing with Brew. Y'all depend on Brew to put up on it. I'm gonna get these 30. Man, hey, maybe I can bump it up to 35, but that's
Right.
it.
Better spend it wisely.
Better spend it wisely. Being 100, man. Being 100, the NIL man has changed the game. Has changed the game. Has changed the landscape because I'm happy these kids getting paid, but it ain't the same no more.
It's not. You know, I'm sure UGA billionaires is contributing. You know, we don't hear about them, or so, but I'm sure they are contributing. You look at our facilities and all that type of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of money behind the scenes they put into the program.
Yeah, it really is. So you know what I mean. So yeah, man. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna hold that on that one. And what you think about our new GM, man, for the Falcons? Ian Cunningham.
I like Ian Cunningham. That was one of the guys that I really like. He comes with a lot of experience. Uh, got two Super Bowls with two different franchises, so
Hmm.
I believe he'd learn from his experience. Like I said, the Ravens and in Philly, he won Super Bowls with them guys. So learning from them two, Ozzie Newton and
But the
Philly,
guy,
Philly GM,
yeah, I forgot
yeah,
his name
Philly,
too. Yeah,
yeah, really understanding how to win and what it takes to win, and then going to what Chicago and helping kind of build that program. You've been there for I think last 4 years.
and they look good
So
this year. Chicago, they
right.
won. They won the NFC North, so they look good. They look good this year, and, with the players that they brought in, and so and then my thing is, man, one other thing. What do you think about Cleveland? Todd Monken going to Cleveland, man?
Seems like that was a desperate move for Todd Monken. I think he had other options. Maybe not as a head coach, but maybe come back as an OC. I'm sure, Harbaugh wanted back, I'm sure, in New York. And maybe give yourself another year, get a better program. I just thought that was a desperate move for him. And that's a really tough job, man. We know that several coaches turned Cleveland down and went on and got head coaching job elsewhere. So I wish Todd the best. I like Todd. He was at UGA. Did great things for us at UGA. So no, I'm rooting for him. But man, that's an uphill battle for him up in Cleveland. That don't seem like he's gonna be in a position to be successful.
Well, Todd said he wanted this. This is what the rumor was. This was on X, and I seen a couple snippets on the internet when I was just surfing. Todd said he wanted Shador to come to UGA, and then he said, "We want to draft. I wanted to draft Shador in Baltimore."
They did.
And then he said, "Now I finally be able to get my hands on the guy that I always wanted and can do some things with because his skill set lined up with my play calling and plays that I designed." So I, it's a tough job. I think Cleveland is a tough job, one of the probably the worst jobs in the NFL. You know what I mean? But I take it if they want to hire Brew and King David. Hey, we'll go there for 1 year. We probably gonna go 0
Oh,
16. We're gonna go 0 16, King David. But hey, we're gonna walk with me now, Scott.
yeah, throw the deuces. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. We gonna get fired after the first year. But hey, we good. We, so, but yeah, it's probably a tough job. But he always said he wanted to coach to do it, and so I'm with that. I think that if that's really was his words, I think I think that he might do something with the offense. He might be able to do something with the offense.
I did know here when it came out, they did try to get Shador at Baltimore. With Shador, his team turned him down. Obviously, Shador wanted to start, and he wasn't starting with Lamar Jackson there, so
Facts.
Shador kind of turned him down. So, but he did want him in Baltimore. But at the same time, like, yeah, he may be able to do something with Shador, maybe. Um, but it's everybody else around Shador. I don't think the offensive line is as good, so you got to kind of rebuild that. Pass catches, you got to build a program. So otherwise, Shador going to be getting killed, man. We know he hold the ball too long. So with a bad offensive line, so it really got to happen. It really got to happen. Quick throws. So
Really,
hopefully they're able to do that.
really quick throws, but this is before we get ready to close this thing out, man. You don't hear anything about Dylan Gabriel no more.
You know,
So, do you think Dylan is finna fade off to obscurity, or you think you're probably gonna trade it? We don't know. We just hypothetically speaking. Um, but I think right now that should do a job going forward, especially if Todd Monk can really use the words that we always wanted to. I always wanted to, even at UGA. I think Dylan Gabriel is pretty much he's an uphill battle at this point.
yeah. Where's the offseason? So we're not hearing much about any player at this point. But yeah, Shador probably is the front runner for the job. Yeah, with Todd statements and always wanted to coach him. So yeah, I'm sure Shador gonna have the opportunity to be the starter over Gabriel. So yeah, Gabriel just gotta keep his head down and work, I guess, man. If you don't get opportunity in Cleveland, maybe you get opportunity somewhere else. But he just gotta continue to work at this point. Kind of like what Shador did, man. Being third on the depth chart, just continue to work and hope you get opportunity.
Yeah, actually, he was fourth starting going to preseason. I
Well,
mean, fourth behind Flacco, Pritchard, and Gabriel, and all of them. So this right here, man. Stefani, what Kevin Stefani? The city's still not accepting this cat. The city's still. I got my ear to the streets throughout the week, and we're talking to people and listening to fans and on TikTok and on X. The city still ain't happy with Kevin Stefanski. Uh, they are okay with Ian Cunningham, but they was really disappointed with Matt Ryan first hires Kevin Stefanski, and because of what happened in Cleveland and for the world to see, you know what I mean? Because it's such a small market, but it was a high profile athlete pretty much, and both of them just had a raw deal. But now going forward, if the if the Falcons don't do anything with Kirk, they say they're trying to move Kirk, but if they don't move Kirk, week one, Penny said he's gonna be ready week one, modern medicine could have the kid back, but it'll be hard. It's hard for me to see Penix being back week one. But if Penix is 70% healthy or 80% healthy, and Kirk's still on the roster, Kevin Stefanski have to make another hard decision.
it's not very hard to me. If Penix, you telling me Penix is 70 to 80%, and Kurt's still on the roster, I'm going with Kurt. I need Penix to be 100% healthy. With his injury history, I need him to be 100% healthy. And I need him to learn his system. Kurt already know the system.
He does.
So Penix got to develop in learning the system. So yeah, that's a no-brainer, not a very hard decision for me to make. Penix is still a future, but just that, he's the future. We need you to be healthy. We need you to know the system and how to read everything at this point in your career.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if Curtis still on the roster, that's the guy I'm going with. Until Penix can show me that he's 100% healthy and know how to run this system proficiently.
And I second you on that. I definitely 100% agree with you on that. Now, this is another thing that I want to talk about. I don't know if Kevin Stefanski played his starters in the preseason. I didn't keep it with Cleveland like that. I did know Shador started a preseason game last year. You know what I mean? Because Flacco was hurt, and Prickett had a hamstring, and Gabriel had a hamstring, and Flacco had a shoulder injury. So it boiled down to Shador having to start, which he was the fourth on the depth chart. So I really would like that. I really would like to see our starters play in preseason. Not full. They don't have to play a full game. They ain't got to play a full quarter. But I hate that Raheem mess, man. I hated Raheem Morris. I don't play my starters. How you know they're the starters? That means you ain't giving nobody else a chance. You didn't just shut everybody else down. You know what I mean? You ain't giving nobody else really say, hey, I can be a starter on this team. So I hope Kevin Stefanski say, hey, I'm gonna play my starters. At least a drive or two, man. So we can get a chance to see what we got.
Yeah, I got a question for you too, but yeah, I don't know if he does. I like I said, we didn't keep up with Cleveland. Yeah, you definitely want to see. We've been calling for that for a long time to at least kind of see some of the chemistry with the starters to kind of get in the game shape. From even addressing out and going through your routine of a normal game day. So yeah,
Mhm.
hopefully he does. But again, we will see. But yeah, that's something we have been calling for over the last few years. With Raheem and even Arthur Smith, I believe, didn't play as starters either.
Yeah. No, he didn't.
So so we will see, but I hope so. But I got a question for you, Brew. We
Sure.
know that Stefanski is going to call his own plays. How do you feel about that? Him saying Reese going to call his own plays. He said he will develop the game plan, but Reese going to have the play calling duties on game day. How you feel?
I'm not a Tom Reese fan. If you want my honest opinion. As an Atlanta Falcon fan, I'm not a big believer in Tom Reese. Kevin Stefanski can develop the offensive play calling, but in the midst, in the heat of battle, Tom Reese probably gonna call the plays that he want to do unless they behind there. Kevin Stefanski maybe jump in and help him out, but overall, I'm not a Tom Reese fan. I wasn't a Tom Reese fan when he was at Alabama. I just don't believe in it. And Cleveland.
Okay.
What about you? How you feel about it?
Yeah, I will prefer Stefanski to call the plays over Tom Reese. I'm glad he is developing the game plan, and he say it will be his game plan for game day. But I would prefer that Stefanski call the game, the plays. Like I said, in the heat of battle, things change. I need to see if Tom Reese can really set up the game, the play calling. Is it going to be the play action and how to read the defense to hit them at a certain moment? I need to see how he set up his the play calling, which, like I say, Stefanski got 20 years of experience. You would think he know how to set everything up to take advantage of the defense. So that I just don't know with Tom Reese. So I would prefer Stefanski to call his own plays.
Yeah, in much as I'm not a fan of Stefanski right now, it is a prove it to me type thing. You got to come in here and prove it to me. And some people are like, well, give a man a chance. I'm willing to give him a chance, but hey, man, this is the A, baby. You know what I mean? We got 8 losing seasons in a row. I need somebody. I want to see some change this year. And I've seen teams turn this thing around in one season. Matt is at the helm right now. Arthur and Rich McKay done stepped aside. He hired Stefanski, so Matt being a quarterback that has Hall of Fame numbers. We got Bijan, we got Drake, we got Kyle right. Kyle Pitts still on the roster. If they decide to keep him, I need to see this offense humming, bro. We didn't score 30 points last year, bro. I don't think maybe one time we scored 30 points a game. I need to see this thing humming and get a defensive break. So other than that, it's gonna be skeptical, bro. I'm gonna give these cats 3 to 4 games. You know how Brew do, bro. After that, bro, I've been to shut it down, bro. Start calling for your firing, bro.
Surprised you ain't went out about two, bro. From week to week.
I'm gonna give you
So
home.
as we give about 3 to 4, next week gonna be like, I'm gonna get about 2 games, bro. By the time the season starts, be like, hey man, I'm gonna get these cats at halftime. And they ain't doing it by halftime. I'm done.
Bro. I've been took chain off and like, man, I'm done, man. You know what I mean? So yeah, hey, that's how it's gonna be, man. But with that said, man, you got any closing arguments, King David?
I just like they got one more game in the NFL Super Bowl. But yeah, just seeing what happens during the off season of these games right now, and kind of seeing what happened with the guys that the portals and off season. So yeah, it's still exciting. Kind of getting dry, but still exciting time. So um, It is what it is right now, man.
It is what it is, King David, and we're gonna push through, man. We're gonna have some transfer portal. We're gonna have some injury updates. We're gonna have who's coming to UGA, who's leaving UGA. We're gonna have some Falcon stuff. We're gonna have a little bit of everything going on with the SEC. Well, I don't give a damn about the Big Ten, but I mean, I'm just being honest with you. It's the SEC, baby. SEC is nothing. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have a little bit coming up, man, during the off season, and that's what we're gonna do, man. It's all the dogs, it's all the Falcons, man. Anything else really don't matter. Until the next time, King David, man, you be good, man.